Hello, my name is Teodoro Lozano. I'm from Mexico. I came here in 1962. I didn't know English. It's- I came by myself. There was nobody else. I just fixed the papers in El Paso, and I made the trip by myself in the train. I was all by myself, and with only one little paper that said, "I am going to St. Paul, Minnesota." That was my English. Mexican American. I mean, I'm not an American, of course, but I became a citizen to try to better myself. That was one of the reasons to try to get a better job. It never did help, in my case, but I was never in a situation where I couldn't get a job. Whenever, wherever I went, wherever I wanted to work, they would give me a job. As far as getting a job, I never had problems. There was work all over the place, and the food. I mean, not anymore because nowadays you guys know that no matter where you go now, you can get it. But up to 1994, I had to go to Chicago. It's one of the closest places where there was Mexican food galore. Saturday at 7 o'clock, we would pay for 1 hour. It was $120 to go to the radio station, put Mexican music on, and speak in Spanish to the community for 1 hour. 9/11, I was the only one in the cities telling it, saying it in Spanish, translating in Spanish what was happening over there. Years. Again, I came in 1962, 1970, 75, 80, that even here in the cities, when we went to a restaurant, even after I got married to my wife, and my wife didn't even speak Spanish, she was Mexican, but she grew up here since she was 6 years old. But we would go to a restaurant in many, like Embers one time. We went, we sat, we didn't get served. They told us they would bring us a coffee. They never did. Emily, my mother was here, and I also had two sisters and one brother. Yes, I was here in the U.S. one time before, but not in St. Paul. My trip to St. Paul, Minnesota was first. Other than that, and again, this was in 1962. In 1960, I went to Denver for a summer because in Denver, there's the family on my father's side live over there. A heck of a long life. Again, this was 1962. Now it's 2013, and ever since I had 4 kids. Now I have 11 grandkids, and right now I have 3 great grandkids, and that's a heck of an accomplishment. Mm, Again, in 1972, the president of the United States at the time was Gerald Ford. But when they asked me the questions, you know, who was the very first president, what's the three government departments, of the United States, I told them all the questions I answered. But when they asked me what is the name of the president now, I said it's Henry Ford. Right away, really. I Yes, I guess I something I will never get rid of. But I think I learned enough English to get across what I want to say, what I want to do. And again, I had to, in a way, after those 10 years, because being a supervisor, you got to be responsible. You got to talk to the big bosses on one side, and then you got to talk to the people on the other side.